What's up, guys? Happy, thank God it's Monday, and you guys will get that reference point even clearer as we head into Summer Camp 2020. One of our partners in Summer Camp, FortisPay, we're featuring John from over there this week, and more clients actually using them. The better interviews I like. No offense, John. But
I understand.
No, I like getting to know how people actually use it in office, and you guys know that it's really great. What I love about Fortis, and I say this all the time, they're more of a business application than they are just pigeonholed into credit card processing. I think chiropractors sometimes think too deep, or they think too granular, and don't realize what the differences are out there. There's credit card processors, there's makeshift stuff. And then there's actual business applications, and I consider you guys to be a business application that makes money, save money, and makes people's lives easier. The mantra of Cairo Sushi. We're talking about family. Family plans is a big thing. I'm seeing that in the Katana, in the HR space, taking care of payments for families. We're going to talk about that this week is one thing. Tell me about sharing cards and what that means to the users and clients and patients for you guys with Fortis.
Yeah, so as you were saying, two big goals of ours is making the office's life easier and making the patient's life easier, right? So we want to make it easier for offices to accept payments. We want to take hassle off of the staff. We also want to remove the patient's potential to say no, or the ease of use of taking payments for them. So one of the things we've added is sharing cards across family members' accounts. So what you can do now in Fortis is you can tie families together. And when you add the card under one account, that credit card or bank account automatically shows under every family member's account. So no matter which family member might be coming in the office, you can just run that card for that family or that individual. And so you don't have to go in and add the card under every single patient account. You just add it once and it automatically appears under each family member's account.
So, I mean, I don't want to get into competitive de-analysis, if you will, but let's do it. I guess I do. What is typically the option for people out there? Is it what you just said? They have to manually go in, so that's time. Tell me where what you see that your competitor. You don't have to name names, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so there's really two other ways that other people are doing it. Either one, you have to add the card under every family member account. Right. And we even used to have to previously do that. And we just heard feedback from offices that it was a pain and it was tough. And then, if you have 5 family members and you're setting up 5 recurrings, now you got to add that card 5 times while the patient's standing in front of you. Right. Whereas now you can add it under one family account. And then when the patients leave, you can now go tie all those accounts together on the back end. You tie it once. It's like that forever. And now those cards are always there. So really, really easy to kind of tie it across. Or the other way is you go into a family member account and now you'd have to go search for a card somewhere. And what happens if the staff searches and grabs the wrong card, which we hear all the time happens because they're quick, they're in shift, someone's at the front, oh, let me find this card. Uh-oh, I ran the wrong credit card from the wrong patient. Now they got to reverse it and now they're doing more work.
John, I love that. I want to ask you. I know this is a little off topic, real quick, but just so everyone knows, I think we have to repeat so much information. There's so much noise and stuff. One of the biggest questions I'm getting asked in my world is, best rates and all that. Can you clear up just for the I don't want to say ignorant, but the people that might not understand what rates, like kind of the gimmick of rates stuff and why they should be looking at value and not just rates. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what happens is there's something called interchange plus dues and assessments. Interchange is what the credit card brands charge in order to accept the card. Dues and assessments are actually from the issuing bank. So whoever's name is on the card. So interchange is like Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and dues and assessments might be the issuer or the bank. And so there is a wholesale cost to accept a credit card and they charge it, right? And almost every company gets some sort of wholesale depending on your volume. For us, our wholesale is pretty much what the banks and the big guys get charged because we do a lot of volume. And then most companies charge a markup over that. So when you go to Costco, for instance, and you see 1.39%, well, there's over 800 rates a card can be charged nowadays. It's getting crazy. So when you see 1.39%, what that typically is for a qualified debit card from a major bank. So they're showing you one out of a potential of like 800 rates that you could be charged. And so a lot of times it's this bait and switch where they show you one rate, but then when you get your statement, you see all these other fees. And what we always say, your real rate is your total fees divided by your total volume, right? Okay. That's your real effective rate. But then also there is a bottom. I hear offices, or I see it even on Facebook all the time. People are like, well, I just call my credit card processor and they lower my fees every year, but then they creep them back up and then I call and lower them. And I'm like, okay, is that really what you think you should be doing with your credit card processor, is every year having to call to get your fees lowered for them to just increase them again? Like, it's a bad process. It's bad business. Why are you even having to do that? You need to find something that makes your office money, right? So we look at it as, we built a system that's going to make your life easier, make your office more money. We're not really focused on the rates because we provide good rates and those are there. And we even have programs where we give away the rates at our wholesale cost and we don't mark it up, and we just charge, a flat monthly membership fee. So we have different options for those offices that kind of don't like the rate game. But yeah, you really want to find something that's efficient for your business, right? When I signed up for Salesforce, or we have Infusionsoft and Zoho, and we have all these different systems that we use at our office, I don't call them and negotiate because we have 90 employees. We're trying to find things that make our life more efficient in our office. So as we add more staff, our life is easier. We're not trying to negotiate with them on the cost of those things. It's all about efficiencies for our staff, because ultimately we know they'll stay longer if their job's a little bit easier.
And that's exactly what we talked today about with shared cards. Tomorrow, we're going to talk with you about split payments and all these little tactical, it might be one fine detail for you guys out there, but add them up as you see during this week. And when we get a little bit more global and talking to current clients, and you're going to see the value stack is there with Fortis. I want to thank you for sharing today. Always look forward to talking to you, brother. Looking forward to tomorrow and talking to some of Fortis payment clients this rest of the week. We'll see you tomorrow live on Cairo Sushi.